My name is Ababechi Hassan. It has been 3 years since my husband was died by malaria. Since his passing, I have been adrift, struggling through wave after wave of hardship. I had been living in a terrible, collapsing shack. The home you see now is barely a month old. The old roof leaked with every rain, and the fear was constant, even of the hyenas that roam nearby. To build this small structure, I had to be resourceful. I gave a small piece of my land to someone as collateral, and I pleaded with other people for help. And the kindness of my neighbours came together to finally raise this new roof. Yet, even with this new house, I am constantly tormented by the simple need for food and water. Since my husband died, the challenges have piled up, making it almost impossible to support myself and my grandsons. I hold on to one tiny plot of land, a single furrow, which is all I have left to farm. But I don't even have an ox to plough it, and the very cost of seeds is a crushing burden. I have a fierce desire to work, if only I could find a little capital. I can see myself in small business, selling little things like corn or beans. More than that, this area is promising for livestock. I have a plan and the capacity to buy a cow, an ox or goats for breeding and fattening. The heaviest challenge is due to shortage of the rain my ploughed land. The only thing that sustains us barely yields any grain. The harvest is a cruel illusion. We benefit for only about 2 months, and then we are immediately thrown back into the grips of hunger. But through all of this, the pain that cuts deepest is the simplest one. My grandsons and I have no clothes. It is a desperate scarcity. They cannot even go to school because of the lack of proper clothes and food. Even drinking water is a struggle. We are forced to drink straight from the river. I am damaged. My spirit is worn down and broken. The words I have shared are simply not enough to truly convey the depth of the suffering we are enduring. My name is Reda Asifa. Life has become so impossibly hard that I cannot even feed my own children. That is the truth. My 3 oldest children have left me. They were forced to go out and search for food on their own. We are constantly hungry. As you can see, the roof over our heads is literally falling down on us. The house is collapsing. But the terror doesn't end there. The hyenas try to get in. I live in such fear that sometimes, when they howl close by, I just start shouting. I am always afraid for my life and the lives of the children still here. My only way to earn a living is by selling wet wood. I travel long distances, even up to Hanicha, to find the wood, and then I dry it and sell it. When the market is bad, or when my body simply gives out from the exhaustion, we have no choice. We go the entire day without eating, and the stress is overwhelming. If this organization can support me, if I can just get the money, I can change everything. I can buy a cow or an ox and start a breeding business. Or I can start a small vendor business selling essential grains like wheat, beans and corn. I haven't been able to start because I have no money. That is the only reason. If I can get that capital, I know I can manage to feed myself and my children. May God bless you for visiting us and for seeing our desperation. My name is Adanech Lodemo. I live in this house in the condition you see now. To survive, I constantly have to beg for money, And sometimes I ask for any odd job available, helping people with their labor in exchange for food. I have no bedding, no mattress, and no clothes for the night. Sometimes I have to sleep directly on the bare earth. I have a wooden-framed bed, but it is so uncomfortable that I often prefer the cold ground. We own no useful livestock, and the land you see, though it is covered with grass, is actually useless. It is completely stony underneath, so rain cannot penetrate deeply. It yields no grain. This land is worthless for farming. I have 4 children, but only the youngest lives with me. My 3 older children, aged 18, 15, and 10, were forced to leave me before they could grow up properly. They went to Hosaina, where they wander, scavenging in the garbage for useful scraps of broken items and shoe pieces. They sell what they find, carry loads for people, and struggle to survive on whatever they can earn. They could not stay and grow up here because I could not provide for them. My health is often poor. I frequently get sick. I suffer from burning headaches, and malaria attacks me repeatedly. I have no one by my side. I have no husband and no one to help me. I live alone with this small child, relying entirely on my own struggle. Despite the land being useless for farming, it would be suitable for raising livestock. If I could secure capital, I could buy a bull calf, or maybe some goats and sheep, fatten them, and sell them for profit. I also have the desire to trade in butter in the market. I know I can start these small businesses and pull myself out of this despair. My name is Adanesh Warshalo. My house was completely destroyed by a lightning strike, and all my possessions burned with it. I was left with absolutely nothing. Now I am living as a refugee, sheltered in a stranger's home. I have nothing to eat, nothing to wear, and no one to stand by me. At this very moment, my husband has taken a second wife and lives elsewhere. No one visits me, no one helps me, and I have no one on my side. All that remains is the ash of my burned house. I have nowhere to sleep. My children have scattered because they have no food. Some are sheltered in other people's homes, working just to survive. One of my children, seeing the magnitude of this crisis, simply wept and wept until he ran away to Hosaina. Even the harvest I was depending on is gone. I had received 2 quintals of corn and 1 quintal of beans from a land contract, and all of that grain burned inside the house with everything else. Right now, I have nothing to eat, nothing to wear, and nowhere to lay my head. My life is defined by this total loss. My name is Astalolemo. I have 3 children. My children and I face severe food scarcity. We live in constant suffering from hunger. I recently borrowed a small sum of money to buy corn in the market and sell it as a vendor. However, the market is far, and I have to carry the load on my back, which causes immense fatigue. Sometimes, after all that exhausting labor, there is no market for my goods, and I only earn back the principal loan. I return empty-handed and without profit, and my family goes desperately hungry. My husband, as you can see, is disabled and cannot work at all. I am the one who must support him. The burden is so heavy that sometimes I contemplate leaving him. I have no job, and I lack the words to express my anguish. To find anything at all, I sometimes gather and sell firewood. We have virtually no clothing. Everything is a struggle. We have nothing to sleep on. We have no mattresses or even anything to spread on the bed frame. We use dry grass on the floor and cover ourselves with old sacks. During every holiday, my children go to other people's houses and return home asking, "Why do we never get anything done for us?" Now, the Mescal holiday is approaching, a major celebration in this country, but there is nothing to prepare in our house. I am consumed by deep fear. I cannot do anything except weep and speak to God. I cry alone because I have no one to whom I can confide my problems except Him. Even the small piece of land we own is beyond our ability to cultivate, so we rent it out. We only receive a small share of the harvest, a tiny amount of grain that doesn't even last us 1 month. This area is suitable for raising livestock. One could buy and fatten sheep, goats, or bull calves. My deepest desire is to work, but my hands are tied because I lack the startup capital. I have previous experience in market vending. The Walaita market is close to us, and I could trade in coffee and other goods there. I have nothing prepared for the coming holiday. I am struggling to keep my children from going out and bothering our neighbours. This, in short, is my life. My name is Ganait Kunta. I have no husband, and as you can see, my house is utterly dilapidated. When I hear the howl of the hyenas nearby, I am overcome with fear. I cannot sleep. I live in constant dread, thinking, the hyena will take my child at any moment. I have no one by my side. There is no one to build me a safe house and no one to plough my land. I am suffering from hunger and destitution in this empty shelter. My neighbours helped me build this small structure only because I was sleeping outside. But I am still terrified. I fear every person who passes by, and when the hyenas cry out, I lock this flimsy door and cannot sleep at all. I once had a small plot of land, about 10 meters, but I was forced to sell every bit of it. Now I survive by working in other people's fields, digging and weeding. If they give me grain or food, that is what I eat to get by. Often, after people have gone to sleep, someone, perhaps guided by God, will push a piece of cornbread through this hole in the wall and say, "Here, take this." More often than not, I go to bed hungry. This is the desperate state of my life. The older sister of my youngest child, suffering from hunger, has gone missing. She wanders to a different village and survives by working odd jobs in other people's homes just to eat. I am damaged by this harsh reality. I am a mother living in terror, praying every night that the hyena will not take my child.